Yeah, there we are. I am all dressed up, ready to go. I mean, like, it feels so much like, I guess I need to go in and get a smaller shirt. I just haven't, like, I don't know, I haven't been working, so I didn't realize it, but yeah. Um, this will be, this will be my second, like, shirt that I've gotten now for sizing down. About the only way that I know I'm progressively losing weight. So, also, this mirror is dirty. I just cleaned it, but oh, the Sahara dust. We're in Florida. We have Sahara dust right now. It is so dusty. I can barely breathe. Let me think. What do I need? Oh, let's pack my lunch. And then we're going to head out. We're going to go early also because it helps for getting a parking spot, I find. So, I had a hair in my mouth. I had a Cracker Fuzz in my mouth. Okay, so I put 2 ice packs in. I'll do a Coca-Cola because I have to be up till late tonight. My 2 peanut butter sandwiches, my banana. Oh, and let's put a mango juice in there. Okay, so there it is. Peanut butter jelly sandwich, mango juice, banana, and then Coca-Cola to help me stay awake for the rest of the night. If I drink coffee, I'll be going to the bathroom a lot, so. Alright, let's go to work. Okay, so I am ready. I'm trying to, oh my god. I just, I feel like a ghost. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I should grab my lip gloss. I don't think that helped. I'm trying my best. I don't know why I'm covering up my name tag. Also, well, I think it's because of it. Yeah, my home city. Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't get to film anything. I was very busy tonight. I had a bad night at work. It wasn't like that all night. It was going good all the way until we were getting ready to close. It was 5 minutes to closing, and I was sitting my last table, and I was getting ready to go do my side work, and there's a guest up at the podium, and they have a question, and the cast member who's up there, she's new, and she's a college program, so she doesn't know a lot of stuff. That's the problem with where I work is you're constantly like, I'm sorry if I'm not straight, but if I don't put it like this, it's gonna fall. That's the problem with my location is we're constantly dealing with interns. And it's not their fault. I grow to like really like them. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm like mad at them. It's just we have to deal with a lot of stuff. If you're full time or part time, you usually end up being kind of a manager in a sense where you like, you know, have to answer all the questions for the guests and like because you know, either the CP is gonna know or they're not. And it's anyways, so that's kind of so yeah, I look like crap. But then anyways, there's this lady comes up, she got her cell phone, she's really pissed. Like she's really mad. And I'm just coming up after helping see a table of, you know, I don't know. Other than that, the whole night was good. And play some mobile to go. And I was like, oh, it's probably closed. And what do you mean? I've been trying to place an order for the last, 5 minutes or for a while now. And now won't let me put the order through. And I was like, oh, because it's 9:58. The mobile to go is down by, I had said it's down by 9:55. I forgot it's down by 9:30. So it was even sooner than that. And I was like, I'm sorry about that. There's not really a whole lot I can do once it's closed. Oh, okay. Not a whole lot I can do once it's closed. Again, I'm sorry if I'm crooked. How do I even this out? This way? Anyways, I'm just rambling. I had a bad night. What do you mean? What do you mean? So I can't put an order in? No, I'm sorry, ma'am. If it's not letting you put the order through, then you can't. No, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing for her mistake. And she said it again. And by that time, I was like, okay, she's not happy with what I'm telling her. So I'm like, can I get a leader to the podium, please? And I looked at her and I was like, I'm sorry, there's a leader is going to come up to speak to you. I don't want to talk to a leader. So then she walks away. So then I go back over the radio. Never mind. And then we're standing there and my name tag is constantly like it's because I got a pin on it for being there for a year. So I got a pin. And it weighs the name tag. So I'm constantly I'm always doing this number with it. And she comes up. And I'm doing that. And my hand's like this over it because I'm fixing it. And she kind of took me by surprise because she comes up there and she's trying to look around the corner at my name tag. And then she looks at the girl next to me, which she didn't even have on her name tag. She had on, because she forgot her name tag. So she was wearing a different name tag, so it didn't even say her name. And so she got both of her names, and I'm like, okay. And she walks away. And then she comes up again, and she's eyeing me through the thing, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, okay. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go do my side work. And as she's coming up, or as I'm walking away, she goes, I want to speak to manager after all. And I'm like, okay, no worries. And I call and I'm like, can I have a manager get up here? Or can I have a manager come to the podium, please? Again, how is this my fault? You know what I mean? And I was very nice to her and I apologized several times. And Jasmine's standing there with me and she's like, I don't know what else you could have done or said. And I told Melanie, the other manager, about it, what happened. And she was also like, yeah, girl, this is, what are you supposed to do? It's closed. And you explained to her. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm nice to the guests. I get cast compliments every time I work. The last time I worked, I got 2. So I'm just you know what I mean? I'm I don't, this is wasting my time. Why am I even la da da, why am I thinking in my head why am I in this situation? This is so annoying because what they do is they pick on us cast members and then they try because they're trying to get a free something out of the deal. That's what I've seen in my experience every time. How is it our fault that you placed an order past the window? I didn't say that to her. I was very nice to her. So anyways, so I wasn't getting a call back from a leader, and I'm standing there and I'm like, okay, I'll be right back. I went you know what I mean, and I went in the back. I went and looked for all the leaders. Couldn't find them. The other leader you can get is the chef. Guess who's in the weeds and dealing with a bunch of stuff and is too busy? The chef. So I'm just well, all right. I'm gonna go look for the one leader who was, she was incapacitado. I mean, he walked away. It was one of those things where I did all the proper things I was supposed to do. I couldn't find a leader. And then when I went to go back up to go speak to the guest, a leader had already gotten her, like, their way up there. Like, they already found their way up there. So it was like, okay, they heard my call or whatever. So I wasn't thinking anything about it. So I went to go do my tasks because I have a lot of, like, side work to do that gets put all on me while the other two girls fold silverware. There's a lot of running around. I gotta do a lot of cleaning and wiping and, like, and it gets left to me and swapping and changing, and I'm just like, okay. So then the leader's like, okay, I want to talk to you. What time do you get done? And I tell her, like, you know, my out time. And she's like, okay, well, I want to talk to you before you leave. All right. Well, guess what? At 10:30, she's out there talking to them at the guests again. 10:40, now I can't find her. She said it was important that she talks to me. 10:45, I find another leader, and I was like, can you call her? I can't find her. I don't know where she's at. I've looked everywhere. Here she was, like, in one of the offices, like, in a corner, and I couldn't see her. If you were looking for me, you know I'm supposed to be out of here at, like, a certain time, then, and they had to walk right past me. So I'm just like, all right. And then, of course, in the end of the conversation, because she was like, yeah, your story and the other cast member's story corroborates together. But that's not the point. The point is that the guest isn't happy. And I was like, no, she wouldn't have been happy no matter what we told her, because she was already irritated when she came up to talk to us. Well, then she was mad that she had to wait. She said she was waiting for like 10 minutes to speak to somebody. And I'm like, well, that's also a lie. I was like, they lie. And I'm like, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not, like, bad at my job. I'm not bad with, like, the guests. The guests love me. So there's always that one guest that comes in that doesn't get their way. But why should I be even spoken to? Like, I'm just like, if I had found the other leader, this never even would have even happened. Do you know what I mean? I was so annoyed. I ended up not being able to clock out until a half an hour afterwards. Mind you, that's when everyone's getting out of the park. So guess who got to drive home with everyone getting out of the park? It was so hard driving home because no one knows where they're going. I mean, at this point, I'm just like, I never complain about my job because I'm like, I don't know who's watching. You know what I mean? I just don't care. For how hard I work and how good I am with the guests and all of that, I did not deserve that. And not only that, but she had already spoken to one of, like, a cast member earlier that night because she wasn't happy with their performance, which, again, this had nothing to do with them. It was like a trickle-down effect, and she's at the bottom of this, like, you know, poop hole. And so who else are you going to blame? Of course you're not going to blame the chef or the leader or whoever's at the top. It's always the person at the bottom. So she got talked to mid service run, completely, like, drops what she's doing, and she's taking care of Mobile to Go, drops what she's doing because she gets, you know, upset. She had to leave because she was crying. So instantly jumped in to start helping for, you know, because it's like, we got to get this done. I don't want her to get in any more trouble. I understand when you're literally just doing your best. Your best. Do you know what I mean? And when it comes down to me and this other cast member specifically, she's not a bad worker. She's really good. She's really smart. She's really fast. So, like, to see her cry, it was kind of like, And then down the road here, same leader. I hate to say it, but, like, just down the road, it's like, now you're talking to me. You all, and it makes me upset because when I told her I keep saying when I told them that I was like, I get a cast compliment every single time I work. And the look I got from them of confusion, like they didn't know that, was like, of course you don't. Because when we get cast compliments, it's supposed to also go to the leaders and let them know. Of course you don't know this about me. The last time I worked, like I said, I got 2. The time before that, I got 1. So it's just one of those things. I think I need to transfer. It's so hard though, because a reason why I like where I'm at is because I love everybody I work with. Even tonight, like one of the servers, I was like, I gotta do my side work, and she's still up there like the guest, and the guest is really annoyed with me. What did I do wrong? And she's like, I'll come up there with you and let it on. I'll be like, I'll just, and I'm like, thank you so much. So she came up there and chilled with me until that guest left. And that's what I'm talking about. And then while I'm waiting for the leader to come talk to me, the chefs put a big pot of soup out and chips and dip and carrot sticks and all of that. So we're all just standing around sipping our cups of soup, and you know what I mean? I'm just like, you know what I mean? I told them what happened. I was like, what are you supposed to do? They know how I am with guests. In fact, one of them wants me to be a server because she thinks that for how well I work with the guests that I should be making way more money. Isn't that funny? Then I get talked to tonight. It's not like it was an official being like, like a training or like anything, but she wanted to like get my side of the story, and I was just like, I don't know how else to be more blunt about it. Like, I'm very nice, it was very cordial. Again, there's nothing we could have done to make her happy. Nothing. She was already mad when she came up. I'm very nice to the guests. I know that. And we know that the guests lie to get their way, so that they look like the better person. But she was not the entire time. And I'm like, and Jazz was there with me. But even still, she was like, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that both you and Jazz are saying the same thing. The guest isn't happy. How's that my fault? How is that my fault? Do you know what I mean? I had the amount of like, I had to sit there and wait for a half an hour. Then I got talked to like I was incompetent about my job, when we all know that's not true. I'm like one of the best employees there. Like, you, really? And then on the way home, it has to always be something. I don't know what it is. I think it's my car. But people harass me. I'm on the highway. It's 3 lanes, and 1 lane goes to left to like a highway, like a interstate highway, and the one to the right goes to interstate highway. So I stay in this middle lane because it goes right to my home, and I'm aware of the speed limit and the cops. So I'm like going about like 5, maybe 6 or 7, just kind of staying with the flow. I was doing the speed limit, but then people were just irritated and up my butt. So then I was like, all right, I'll go a little faster. And then we started getting into celebration. So I was like, all right, they like Florida past me. So they were like going at least 50, 55. And mind you, it's like a 35, and I'm coming up to the light behind them because they got stopped at the light. And I did 35 the whole way, and still we like, this is why it's like, you might as well just do the speed limit. Save yourself the ticket, because as you could see, they went 50 and I went 35 when we both got to the light, like the red light, and we both had to sit there and wait. So when the light takes off, this car is so irritated, they're going back and forth, and then finally they sit in one spot. Well, this big semi truck put its blinkers on, is trying to get over. Well, here I am behind that car, and they're in the passing lane, and the truck needs to get over. I think they were trying to get to the gas station, but because this car was like, do you know what I mean? So as soon as there was like an opening to get by them, I like went around them so then that way the truck could get over. Well, because I did that for some reason, that was like, oh, that was blasphemy. Apparently. So this car gets behind me and is so far up my ass. I can't see anything. It's dark. I'm in a little Fiesta. They're in an SUV, so they got their brights on me. I'm like slowing down, thinking, okay, you can pass me anytime. They don't want to pass me. I'm like, what is with people? Honestly, I've had such a bad night. Anyways, so yeah, no one's gonna want to sit here and listen to me complain. Why do people treat each other like this though?